I've had dozens of people ask me what I'm doing studying a computer science degree at the country top university. Do I just stare at the computer all day? Do I just code for 4 years and that's it? Well, that may be true for other universities, but it's barely true for UP.
And I think that's barely true for me, myself actually. I spend a good few hours a day playing video games. Games have been a significant part of my life since childhood. Isa sa mga una kong nilaro was Scooter's Magic Castle sa MS-DOS when I was like 2 or 3 years old or something. Pero hindi ko rin matatanggi na gaming is viewed in a bad spirit. Nane-neglect yung ibang bagay like yung kalusugan natin, yung studies natin. Kaya ganyan, this is seen in games like ML, Valorant, COD-M nowadays. Hindi ko din masasabi na exception ako dyan. No, kasi nung high school ako, I spent a good chunk of money and time na naglalaro sa League of Legends. No? That's the thing about games though. Nilalaro natin sila kasi masaya, di ba? Masaya laruin with friends or basta masaya lang laruin. Nothing wrong about that. Pero may mga ibang games akong mas nagustuhan na mas madalas ko nilaro than League. Even though sa college na lang ako talaga nakahanap ng mga kalaro dito. These games, however, I know they made me smarter. They made me think more critically, think outside the box, no? And in a decent respect, made the person who I am today. So here are my top 5 games that actually helped me get in UP Diliman. A lot of people would be surprised. Number 5, Roblox, no? A decent chunk of my childhood was actually spent playing on Roblox. Yung mga pinsan kong grade 3 or grade 4 today, they love playing this game, no? And when I was their age then, more than a decade ago, I also did love playing this game. Well, una, back then, wala pang Minecraft and stuff, no? It was quite revolutionary and it was quite different from the flash games na malalaro mo on sites like Y8 or Miniclip, no? Or Congregate, na parang Lego siya, no? Parang Minecraft na you make whatever you want, no? People make their own games and then you play their games. So there is so many degrees of creative freedom na you're giving to a child, no? Not forgetting to mention yung crowd sa Roblox, at least back in my day. Wala masyadong Filipino na naglalaro. So it was quite rare na you would meet a Pinoy. And honestly, I'd credit a big amount of my English fluency sa game na to no, sa kakachat. So Roblox for me and many kids like me was an eye-opener, no, to the stuff that you could do. And it's really nice. It was really magical, at least for 6-year-old me playing the game. And I think even though commercialized na siya ngayon, it's still a great game to play. And I'd recommend it to kids out there who are too young to play the games I'm going to recommend next.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.
Number 4, the Final Fantasy series. Okay, not one game but a series of games. So, my following argument, hindi lang siya for the Final Fantasy series pero you could also apply them to other JRPGs like Chrono Trigger, Fire Emblem, Pokemon, SMT or Persona, no? Well, before I hit elementary, even before I played Roblox, I played Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 sa PlayStation 2. After that, nagka Game Boy Advance ako and then I finished 5 and 6 then. Now in college, I've played through most of the main numbered entries of Final Fantasy apart from the ones before FF4, I guess. Turn-based RPG kasi yung most of the FF series, no? They're like puzzle games in disguise. What spell would work, no? What ability should I use against my enemy? Should I heal now or save the potion for later? Playing these games at a very early age, I believe, it helps a lot with decision making since hindi present yung time pressure na ino-offer ng ibang action games like Counter-Strike, for example, no? Na you're given time to think And I believe that develops your decision making, In addition to that, in addition to the strategy and the tactics, yung mga stories na pinoprovide ng mga games na to, it does mature yung worldview ng bata, I guess I could compare it with, siguro kung pinapanood mo sa isang bata yung Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Parang ganun, On that level yung story building, yung world building. Pero for these, I personally recommend playing Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IX for starters kasi andun yung basic stuff ng turn-based strategy and andun yung contrasting colors ng themes ng Final Fantasy, Isang dark na mala steampunk yung 6 and then isang parang Disney na high fantasy yung 9. Pero syempre, if you want to maximize your tactical experience, FF Tactics, syempre, must play yan. FF10 is also great if you want to go for the story. I really love the story of FF10, FFX. Yung pinaka-latest, yung Final Fantasy 15, hindi ko din siya masyado ma-recommend in terms of gameplay kasi action RPG na siya. You're not given time to think outside the box kasi hindi siya turn-based. Pero yung ganda ng story and ganda ng graphics, it still makes it worth the play. Number 3, grand strategies. So around grade 8 ako, I stumbled upon Europa Universalis 4. Kasi I got bored with Civilization 4 at that time and then naganap akong ibang game. And then nahanap ko siya. And up until today, I still play games of the same genre, of the same company then who makes them. So it's very nice and complicated, You're basically given 100% rule over a country or an empire, And then you have to make economic decisions, decisions on war, saan mo idadala yung troops, anong trade yung proprotektahan mo, saan trade ka magfo-focus, stuff like that. Which is a step above dun sa mga Final Fantasy turn-based stuff, So parang graduate na tayo dun. Ngayon, mas mature worldview na tayo, diba? So with historical grand strategies, para siyang history lesson na you know what happened in the past and you know what could have happened in the past, diba? May mga alternate histories tayong sinasabi. So with the medieval ages, I would recommend Crusader Kings 2. With the Renaissance, EU4 nga, the game kanina. The Second World War with Hearts of Iron 4. And not to mention, one of my favorite ones is yung Victorian era with Victoria 2. Outside of the historical stuff, I also enjoy playing yung sci-fi na ganyan, which is Stellaris, Same thing, you control an empire, and then intergalactic economy, and then warfare, stuff like that. Yan yung mas madalas ko nalalaro today kasi I have friends who play, I play Stellaris with my friends, siguro isang game ng Stellaris, it would span a week or two kasi it's that complicated, it's that deep. So outside yun nga, the STEM field, outside engineering, mathematics, science, stuff like that, grand strategies like these, they improve almost everything, Yung critical thinking, decision making, asset management, I think pinaka nag-mature when I played these games, Which are skills na crucial to everyday life, of course, on top of the academic stuff we learn. I think most of my friends in computer science play this. If they don't play it, it's either they haven't heard of it or wala na silang oras. Kasi Factorio does take up a lot of your time. So, in short, Factorio is a game about resource management, automating production, and logistic efficiency. So, I started playing this game around grade 10. And since then, I've poured around close to 1,000 hours in the game. So the story begins, magka-crash land ka sa isang planet, dala mo lang is pickaxe and yung ability to craft anything you want, Yung end goal mo is to launch a rocket. Pero that would need hundreds of thousands of raw materials to do. Technically, you could do it by hand, But that would probably take a really, really long time to do. So the challenge lies in paano mo automate lahat to and then paano ka mag-scale up, And also by default, yung game nag-offer din siyang additional challenge. May mga hostile aliens na susubukan kang patayin, susubukan sirain yung mga plano mo. So, you'll have to build up defenses and then magiging parang tower defense game yung Factorio. Habang pinapalaki mo yung factory mo. Okay? Personally, na-beat ko na yung game with that setting on. And ngayon, mas nag-enjoy ako sa factory design mismo. So, ino-off ko na yung mga aliens. So, as you can see here, you'll have to design assembly lines, yung train networks, no, how you generate your power, among many others. No? At a lower level, of course, the game is about computing proper input and output ratios to achieve a more optimal production line. I still play the game today. Kung friend nyo ako sa Steam, you would see me firing it up every night. I just leave it on. So, yun nga, what's nice about it is naiiwan mo siya sa background. I could just fire it up and then do something else. So, minsan when I work or when I study, Factorio just runs in the background. So, hindi siya ganun kalayo from computer science, hindi siya ganun kalayo from most STEM fields na we're trying to strive for the best solution. So yun, it resonates a lot with me as a STEM guy. I can't recommend it enough.
With no rules to follow, this adventure, it's up to you.
Now, for the final and top game on the list, Minecraft. Pero not the vanilla Minecraft. Siguro I played the vanilla Minecraft in under 100 hours of gameplay lang siguro. Pero what got me really addicted was modded Minecraft. So the first mod pack I played with Minecraft was Tekit. When I was watching yung series ng Yogscast on Tekit. Keep in mind that this was like in 2012 na grade 6 pa lang ako, grade 7. And nangyayari nun, kasi alam natin Minecraft is about gathering resources, building your base, beating the dragon. Well, with modded Minecraft, legit na the sky's the limit, no? There's like a lot of science mods na make the game more complicated, na nagkaka-power generation, no? Yung furnace, pwedeng mag-take in ng ilan volts or whatever, tapos you could smelt faster, you could automate yung smelting, yung crafting, and even yung mining. So parang Factorio din siya. Pero nauna to sa Factorio, at least for me. And I believe this is much more technical than Factorio kasi you're designing systems talaga. Na there's also tons of resources online how to manage a nuclear reactor sa modded Minecraft, no? On later mod packs, no, you could do more with sophisticated power generation systems, assembly lines, magic, no, stuff like that in, kunyari, Feed the Beast. Safe to say na yung mga video ni Direwolf20 were always on my screen no high school ako. It definitely influenced my study and software dev habits. Siguro isa siya sa mga nagpasanay sa akin na nagbabasa ng documentation and nagbabasa ng libro. Kasi kapag may bagong mod pack na lumalabas, you would really strive to read through it. You read through the documentation, find any things na you could do. Pwede ka palang gumawa ng automated tree farm and then i-power mo yung buong system mo with the wood you cut from the automated tree farm. And then self-powering siya. Stuff like that. I could geek out all about it in a whole day maybe. Just talking about this game. Yung thinking na nade-develop mo in this game, natatransfer din sa totoong buhay, which is really nice. And I do believe that's true. Nilalaro ko pa rin siya ngayon, pero not as much as before. Isa siyang malaking time investment, and I remember I would spend half my day just playing the game. No, Minecraft on its own, it's very charming, and it's basically a canvas for everyone's imagination. No? Now, if you add scientific concepts like yun nga, process automation, computer scripting, no, resource management, Mendelian genetics, magic, ganyan, the limits are just boundless. In conclusion, kung sinabi ko yung mga mainstream na MOBA and yung mga mainstream na shooters are harmful, mali ako. Yun nga, sinabi ko kanina, at the core of gaming, it's all about having fun. People like me, no, have fun playing games na parang naglalaro ka ng Excel spreadsheet, no? So I would say they're an acquired taste. Pero what I could say is these games educated me, no? tinuruan ako ng mga games na to. Like basic economic supply and demand, yung difference ng volts sa amperes, yung power management ng isang solar power generation system. And in life, bakit natin tatahakin yung isang desisyon over sa isa? Who knows, diba? Malay mo, you'll find your own set of games na iibahin buhay mo for the better. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you and see you next time.